Well, I hope you're all unprepared because welcome to You Awaken in a Strange Place, where nerds and creatives play a role playing game designed by Jacob Andrews from the Drawfee YouTube channel. So, thank you for joining us. We'll be playing for 2 to 3 hours, and I have to take a break here in about 20 minutes. So, we're going to have a little hiccup and then keep going. I'm Captain Zach, the GM for this game. You can find out more about me on nerdcrafty.com on my artist page, but I consider myself a forever GM. So I'm always glad to see my friends here and we all play pretend. Tonight I'm joined by Adam, Zach, and Sasha. Adam, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Adam. I do stuff. I like nerdy things. That I brew beer. That's it.
Sasha.
Sure. Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm also on a another Discord that does a lot of gameplay stuff called Crit Cats. So there's that. I also stream under the Lost Firefox. So yeah, that's it.
I think I'm
And
next. That's the way
Yeah.
it works,
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
I am the other Zach. I'm Captain Zach's nemesis. But also, I currently play D&D on a podcast called Strangers Rolling Dice, which you can find on your favorite podcasting app. And it's been going for like 2-3 years now and got a few thousand listeners and it's doing pretty good. So check it out. But
Hey, awesome.
I've enjoyed playing with the Nerdcrafty people quite a lot. So I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, let's see what we can do about that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Drive me away forever.
Don't scare him away, Zach. We need guests.
Challenge accepted.
So, Nerdcrafty creators are available for hire and contributions. Visit nerdcrafty.com to get in contact with our writers, graphic artists, and game masters. So, tonight we're playing You Awaken in a Strange Place. Everyone comes to the game unprepared. Anything the GM or the players say about the world is true about the world, and the game must be finished in one session. What you'll need to play: paper, pencil, and 2d6. So we have chosen that I will be the game master. And tonight the player Adam will be first in the selection because you're top left in the screen in front of me. Sasha will be second in the order. And Zach, you will be last, as is your place in the alphabet. And once every player has decided, they will keep their choice to themselves, and we will state them out loud in this order from Adam, Sasha, to Zach. Okay. We will be selecting a genre, a state. So in the same turn order, each player makes... I'm getting ahead of myself here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Adam, you will have to think of a genre. Just think about it. Don't say it out loud yet. Sasha, you will have to think of an adjective. And Zach, you will have to think of a location. So genre, adjective, location. Give you guys a couple minutes and let me know when you've thought of something.
This is thrilling.
Are you guys ready?
Do we just blurt it out?
See?
So first will be Adam. What genre do you have?
Sitcom.
Sitcom, okay. And Sasha, what type of sitcom is this?
Cozy.
A cozy sitcom that takes place. Where does it take place, Zach?
In a stereotypical fantasy dungeon.
Fantasy.
All I
Dungeon.
think of is Pivot. I'm sorry.
I don't know that one.
Gosh.
It's,
I think of the
it's
Dumbwaiter by Harold
Friends.
Pinter.
Yeah.
Good
Friends.
comedy.
So tonight we will be playing a cozy sitcom that takes place in a fantasy dungeon.
Sounds glorious.
Now, in the same turn order, each player makes one statement about the world of the game. And whatever they say becomes true about the world. For example, someone could say the main threat to humanity is cyber spiders. And now that's true about this cozy sitcom that takes place in the fantasy dungeon. So we're going to go in order. Adam, Sasha, and then Zach. So Adam, whenever you're ready, what is a true statement about this world?
Let's see. Our currency is apple juice.
What?
It was the first thing that popped into my mind.
Animal Crossing.
It's perfect. Okay.
All the monsters in the dungeons are actually friends.
Monsters are friends.
Friends.
Monsters are friendly.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like Phoebe and Chandler, or
that also could be good.
The monsters are friends. Monsters are friendly.
Okay. And Zach.
I think it's very, very common to die, but you're born again right away.
Okay.
instant reincarnation.
Yeah. Unlimited
reincarnation, instant breakfast. No.
lives.
Okay. There's a lot that I can do with that, so gonna have to leave that open for now. Do we want to make some more statements about our world?
I wouldn't mind a few more. I think it's not quite fully formed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, it
fair.
won't be
Yeah.
fully formed, but a little more detail.
Okay. I will leave it open to the board for anyone with some ideas that are brewing.
I'm going to say something along the lines of everyone wants to escape. Like, getting out is everyone's goal.
Okay. I think I'll add on to that where adventurers are the bad guys. They don't want to let us out.
So we are by definition not adventurers, like the three of us. Kind of.
I mean, maybe we got lost where we were and we're trying to get back out, but then there's another group of adventurers trying to stop us.
I mean, it almost sounds like maybe we should be the monsters here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Maybe.
Opposed to
Yeah.
I'll be
being the
Phoebe.
villain.
You can be Gary and Kevin. I don't know their names. You said Phoebe a minute ago, but I don't know the other friends.
That's
Pretty good.
Okay.
that's fine.
So what was that? Adventurers are the villains. And so by default, villains are the adventurers.
which is basically how most D&D games really are, if you think about it.
True. Hmm.
Okay, so playing into the die and born again, you guys are monsters, and monsters just respawn when they die.
Yeah,
So
that works
you don't
actually.
worry. You don't need to worry, but you do experience death and then experience being born again.
Now, are we reborn
Um,
as the same monster in the same body, or are we reborn as different?
How about whenever we do, we come back as a different version of ourselves?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if something changed each time, but you got to keep it pretty close to the core character
Yeah.
concept that we're going to create. You're going to have a little character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but I wouldn't mind if something changed each time. So playing into the apple juice and the fact that this is a fantasy dungeon, there is like, golden apples in mythology.
Mhm.
So the gold apple juice would be maybe something that's worth a lot. Maybe someone's after a lot of that Edu and apple juice, which is the top brand.
Yeah, I mean, apple juice is kind of like a potion, right? It's like
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe it's what helps bring you back to life is constantly chugging down the not farms resurrection mead, whatever we want to call it.
And once you fermented it, it's worth much, much more.
Bring your real life homebrewing experience.
There you
in.
go.
I like it.
What is see? Okay, a cozy sitcom.
Yeah, what makes this cozy is my question here.
And what does cozy even mean? Just hypothetically, in case I knew someone.
Lighthearted, fun.
Okay.
I was thinking like,
Um,
little old ladies in a book club solving mysteries cozy.
Right. That's
Okay.
part of it. That could be part of it. Could run into a bunch
Wait,
of
look-
old lich ladies.
Yeah, little old lich ladies. Yeah, maybe the bosses of the dungeon are little old lich ladies.
Reading really good smut, and they
Well-
they have a book club and they share.
Mhm.
So there's lots of tchotchkes and shelves and antique lamps in the dungeon itself because they've decorated it.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly what I mean.
I'm taking some notes for when I have to do stuff behind the scenes.
Mhm.
So if you guys have any other statements or you've started thinking about characters.
Let's say because it's old lich ladies, they just have a bunch of cats that run around the dungeon. Not just like they go in and out the bars; they're just
Mhm.
everywhere.
Fitting. Yeah.
What was that
Some
last
summer
bit?
assholes. There's a bunch of cats because it's old lich ladies.
Okay.
Lich ladies.
Old lich ladies
Old lich ladies.
that
cats.
read a lot of werewolf novels.
Mm-hmm. They like the Omega verse a lot. My wife is a supernatural romance author.
Yes, that's
Nice.
fantastic.
Check it out.
I love
whenever
it.
you want.
Absolutely.
now my mental direction for this took a weird
Yeah.
turn. I gotta change back here. All right, not that kind of show.
Not that kind of cozy.
Yeah.
Different kind of cozy.
Not that kind of cozy. It's too warm.
Mhm. Okay. Well, let's talk about this dungeon that apparently you guys are in because you're the monsters. And maybe you. And it sounds like you're working for the little old witch ladies with cats. Maybe you're trying to
They
protect something in the dungeon from the adventurers. Could be some apple juice. Could be something
apple
else.
trees. We have underground apple trees in the dungeon that grow magically
Mm.
thanks to the lich ladies. And they're special apples that make the best apple juice, like the finest, purest apple juice that sells for much higher in apple juice currency.
I mean, I've got everything I need. It's all pretty much in that setup of the monsters are friendly and the adventurers are the villains. That pretty much shaped it up. But who are these characters that we're going to experience this journey with? Do you guys want to create some characters or add anything else to the world? You can always add things to the world later too.
As we go, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I'm good with making a character.
Yeah. Same here.
Okay. If you have a character idea in mind and you want to start with that, someone else who's still coming up with an idea can wait. I'd say Sasha or Zach, if you have an idea, that'll give Adam an idea of what to do. Let me go over creating your characters.
Yeah,
So,
you can do that. I'm still kind of thinking and / deciding because I have so many
Okay.
ideas.
So players will roll 2d6. Oh, wait, hold on. So players, once you have an idea, you're going to think of 4 skill verbs that apply to their character. 1 skill that they're amazing at, which is a +2. 1 skill that they're good at, which is a +1. 1 skill they are bad at, a -1. And 1 skill that they are horrible at, a -2. Use these skills to help paint a picture of your character. Try to make them align with what makes your character great and what makes your character flawed. So you could have a +2 to lassoing, or a +1 in throwing, a -1 in dodging, or a -2 in lying. Or you can be really creative about it as long as it's some sort of action, some sort of verb. But I'd imagine if you wanted to create some sort of goblin or skeleton or orc or mimic or play as some kind of monster that's gonna go up against adventurers.
Who's gonna be the gelatinous cube?
Yeah, gelatinous
Get out of my
cube.
head. I thought about it. I really thought about it.
The gelatinous cube that's really, really bad at being transparent.
Yes,
That gets
perfect.
indigestion. Oh,
It's a
let's
clean
see.
freak.
Oh.
I'm thinking I'm going to play an unassuming little were-rat.
I like
Um,
that.
we'll name him Ron. And what is Ron really good at? I think Ron is really good at um hmm, concealing small objects in his cheeks. That'll be his plus
His
2.
cheeks.
Face cheeks, please. I mean, it could be. You could leave it a little broad and extra possibilities there. I'd say he's good at
Smelling.
yeah, we'll go with that. Good at sniffing things out. Let's say he's bad at sneaking around. I think it's going to be a little against type for him. And he is horrible at fighting. Horrible at it. There's no chance. If I recall, like these verbs kind of form like our pool of communal verbs, right? Is that how this works?
That's true. So everyone's going to create 4 of their own unique skill verbs, and you get the +2 or +1 bonus, or -1 or -2. But everyone else can just use that as an option for solving a problem
Right.
that presents itself. So if anyone else wanted to attempt at fighting, they'll actually get a +0 at it,
Right.
just to show how bad you are at fighting with your -2.
And it's like everything we try to do, you have to kind of figure out which verb fits it.
Exactly, and it
Right.
gives the story kind of a theme, gives your guys
Okay.
character. They're always solving problems the same way, trying to sneak, bite, smell, or conceal it in their cheek. So I think for Ron, I think it'd be really great if he was designated as the scout for this dungeon. Like it's his job to sneak around and smell things and occasionally even fight. Is that okay?
That's great.
Okay. And so that's his job within the dungeon. What do you think, and it's okay if you just want to see how it plays out, but what might his role be in sort of the cozy sitcom aspect? Maybe it's just in his demeanor, or maybe there's some other defined role there.
I think he is the stepdad of a large family. And is just overwhelmed with kids and the problems of home life. And I think his wife and kids are like, they're all like beholders or something. They're not were-rats at all. They're all like completely alien to him. But he's doing his best. He's trying to make it work, trying to be a good dad to these little beholder kin.
Wait,
But,
like, are they not even like halvesies the kids, or?
I mean, he's their
He's the
stepdad.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Beholders, okay.
You don't
Interesting.
leave
I
the
think
nest, you make it bigger.
pretty sure the lore regarding how beholders reproduce is pretty intense, and there's like some cloning or something going on. But I love this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pry about Maud is my wife. I don't pry into Maud's life before me. I accept her as she is, and I just want to do the best I can for our 29 kids.
Which are all named
29.
Mod.
Well, they're not as well, yes. And they all are a lot like her, so it makes the family dynamic kind of tough sometimes. I'll tend to take her side, or their own sides, I guess. Oh boy. But yeah, stepdad Ron.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, I think that's pretty good.
A bit about it.
Hey, anyone else have something close to an idea brewing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Kelpie, but a Shetland Kelpie.
A what?
So it's like a Shetland pony.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelpies are like giant horse mermaid type creatures from Scotland, but I'm a tiny one because I'm from the
Little
Shetland
guy.
Isles.
Shetland Kelpie.
Shetland Kelpie. Isla. But and my name's Angus.
Oh my goodness.
Of course.
Let's see. I'm gonna say I'm really, really, really great at biting things.
Biting.
Okay.
Yeah, biting
Okay.
things.
Biting.
Like I have a really strong jaw. I can, bite nails in half, stuff, things like that. I'm not terrible at swimming, but I'm not that great at swimming, so I'm kind of bad at it. So I just
Okay.
walk around I don't swim. I try to avoid swimming.
Okay, so that's like a -1.
Yeah.
That's a flaw. Okay. So you still have a +1 and a -2.
Um I'm terrible at recognizing social cues.
Okay, -2 for social cues.
And let's see.
Okay, a Shetland Kelpie.
Let's see. What am I good at?
I mean,
Let's see. Hmm.
galloping is a little on the nose.
Yeah. Let's
Does
say
Angus play the bagpipes? Is that rude?
there we go. Yeah,
assume?
I'm good at bagpipes. We'll say that.
Hey,
And
great
for
to-
whatever reason,
Is that
I don't know
rude?
why. I don't know why, but when they put me in prison in the dungeon, they didn't take away my bagpipes.
No, that's because I think you should be like the front man, the bard, the charisma for the
Okay,
group.
fair enough. But I'm terrible at social.
Thanks. Yes,
Great.
It's gonna
exactly.
be funny.
My character's just gonna make it perfectly balanced.
This is a good fiasco setup.
Yeah, I keep thinking the same thing.
You wore your Christmas flannel, and I was ready for a
Yeah.
sequel. All right, Kelpie, so you're the face for the dungeon. What about a cozy sitcom type of role or accessory or anything you want to add that'll help on that front?
Let's see. Originally I was gonna be like the Steve Urkel of the group, but I don't know if that'd fit with being the bard frontman.
Well, of course, jester, bard, face,
That's true. Not good at social cues.
leader.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'm like basically like this. I'm the next door neighbor. Maybe.
They're the Kramer.
Yeah,
Kramer.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm
Mm.
the Kramer.
What if you were like an emissary from a nearby dungeon?
Okay.
So you're or a liaison for the dungeon next door.
Hmm.
Oh my
Sounds good.
gosh.
So that kind of implies like there's underwater passage out, maybe. Possibly exists.
A way to get out, yes.
A way to get out.
Now, like, are you thinking another dungeon in another castle, or like just another dungeon within this castle?
I'm just saying, you come
Your
into the
exit is in
dungeon
another
and
castle.
you say you're from another dungeon, and the rest is up to you how you
Gotcha.
want to swing that, or however other people throw it into your lap and you say yes and. But yeah, I like the idea of you either being a liaison, so you're still from this dungeon, but you talk to other dungeons,
Mhm.
or you could be from a neighbor dungeon and
Just
you
a crazy neighbor.
Okay.
yeah
Yeah.
this dungeon.
I mean, the idea of like the diplomat that's like terrible
Mhm.
at social cues has a lot there, I think.
Yeah.
Fit
Just
it.
constantly, getting our dungeon in worse and worse trouble.
Yeah.
Attracting attention from these adventures.
That's totally a Kramer. Absolutely.
That feels right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I got what I need there. And Sasha, what do you have so far?
Okay. So I have here is a vampire that is named Anya. And she's really good at fighting. F. She always likes to fight. Kind of like that working out thing. She's pretty okay at cooking. She likes to cook, so I figured she would be if there's like a little restaurant or some kind of get together place where we cook food. That's where she's gonna be.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And because she likes fighting and well, you gotta eat. And granted, since she's a vampire, she eats very different things, but that's beside the point.
Okay.
I want to say, for the purposes of the water thing, vampires here do not have to deal with running water. We don't have to deal with that
Okay,
here.
sure.
Nah. And there's the wonderful other kind of vampire that has wings. She's not very good with them. She's not very good at flying, but she's also incredibly shy.
Okay, so we have a
Like,
-1 for flying.
yes.
Okay. And super shy, so a -2 for shy.
It's kind of like the action is like being outgoing is a -2, right? Like you kinda,
Right, yeah, it's
phrase
the
it that
opposite
way.
of shy. Yeah.
Now I want to
Thinking about
figure
that
out,
too.
like we kind of have fighting on the map already. It's like
Yes.
I want to differentiate how.
So I want to
Oh,
do
fine.
that as well. So I left space for something to be put in front of fighting
Right, that's what I was thinking
for
too.
Anya. Maybe fire dance or with an axe or with her mind. Something that makes it a little bit
Punching.
different. Punching in particular.
She's a boxer. She's really good at boxing. So there, we'll change from fighting to boxing.
All right.
I love that.
Punching. How about she's not necessarily good at fighting. Like she doesn't. If the fight lasts a long time, maybe not going to go in her favor. But if she can knock him out in one punch, it's all done.
Knockout punch. Knockout punching is
Knockout
kind of
punch.
like the verb
Mhm.
there. I like that a lot. That's
Yeah.
it's Chekhov's knockout punch is there for anyone to use.
Yeah.
But she's just really good at it. She's really got that Luigi uppercut down.
Yeah. But actually, she sounds like the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
When he's in a situation he can't solve, he just goes for the
Mhm.
Yep.
knockout punch.
So
I
you're
like
Okay.
saying like Anya, does Anya like run a diner where all the monsters hang out? Is that kind of what you were thinking?
How about, yeah, like we could do something like that.
Or
Like
the
let's say
chef.
like she has a family and like her family like owns this place and she like works in the restaurant in the food kitchen area. I can't even think of words. Yeah,
Okay.
she like
The food
helps
court?
in the kitchen. Yeah.
I kept
Something like
imagining
that.
like the what's his name, Barth from You Can't Do That on Television, where it's just like the monsters are all sitting out in the booths, and there's like a little window to the back where Anya pops up all the time to
That would be
suddenly
fun.
punch someone.
Doesn't talk, like whenever the order gets done, just puts the plate out and ding, doesn't say a word.
Any ideas for the name or something like that for your family restaurant? Keep trying to think on that. And also, you said you have a family.
Yes. Let's say her like her mom and her dad own the restaurant, and her grandma is in the back with her cooking. Like grandma and grandpa are the ones that are the chefs, and she's in there being a sous chef as they prepare like really good monster food. I'm trying to think of a name for it right now.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll come to us. Okay.
Zach with a K. Could you
Mhm.
just briefly run over your character? What's their name? What are they again? I missed it, or I forgot.
Stepdad Ron, the were rat.
The were rat. Okay.
Ron.
Stepdad Ron with his beholder wife Maud and his 29 kids also Maud.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, cool. Thanks.
And he has a +2 for concealing things, small things in his cheeks, a +1 for smelling, a -1 at sneaking around, a -2 at fighting. For the family business, is it to what if that's where people get their apple juice? Or we can make apple juice available at multiple places.
Or it could be a
Well,
front,
isn't-
like for apple juice laundering.
I keep thinking like Italian mob boss restaurant. It's like there's the whole like,
Yeah.
Thinking.
and I think it has to be like it's Italian food, but you can't use garlic in anything, obviously.
Right?
So it's like it's
No,
kind of
no.
it's kind of bad. It's like a bad pasta place, and
It's
you
the
call
most bland Italian restaurant.
and you call it impasta syndrome. That's what I would call it. It's not
Nice.
really a restaurant name, but impastas. I like that.
Impastas. I mean, if it's going to be impastas, it has to be run by shapeshifters or doppelgangers, monster types, right? Or
That's
is
the
that
majority of your
too much?
workforce.
Those are the waitresses. in the
Okay.
There you
busboys.
go.
That's how they make their tips. Is
They look like their guests, like their
Yeah.
customers. You look at your waiter and it looks like
That's
you.
creepy. Yeah. So the whole shtick is like
monster.
it's kind of like the whole Hooters, but instead of like Hooters women, it's like It's doppelgangers. Let's go to Impostas. And it's like,
Really good wings.
Dopplers. Let's go to Dopplers. Let's go to Impastas.
mhm. And families people take their whole families there. It's like kind of
Yeah.
a goofy place. There's like an animatronic, goblin band that plays and Impastas. And all the kids can play in a little meatball pool.
Oh yeah.
It's really blood that's flavored like marinara.
Yeah. There you go.
Gross.
In the blood
Monsters.
pool.
This is wholesome.
Okay,
This is cozy.
Okay. I think I've got what I need. Yeah, so we're going to take a 15, 20-minute break. We'll be back, and you will all awaken in a strange place. right. So I've cooked together how our story will begin. You awaken in a strange place. You feel constricted, bound, blinded. You can feel jabbing of elbows and pressure from body weight. You can hear each other's voices, and you can smell smoke.
What the hell?
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I don't like it.
Wait, who's that?
It's me. It's me. It's Ron. Angus, is that you?
Oh yeah, it's me. What? Where in the hell are we?
Yeah. See, it's totally dark in here. If any monsters can see in the dark, please tell us where we are.
I think we're somewhere.
As you listen, you can hear crickets in the distance. You can hear a bonfire. There we go. And you can hear some snoring.
I'm gonna sort of stealthily work my way towards the sound of the snoring. But in my mind it's stealthy, but like I'm no good on land. I'm just as bad on land as I am on water, so it's making a shit ton of noise.
You're completely blinded. It's pitch black, and as you go to move, Anya, you feel an elbow hit you right in the ribs. And Kelpie, the more you keep trying to move, the more you hear and feel yourself running into your friends in this pitch black, constricting environment.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Who is this? Ah!
Are we like getting kicked by hooves from someone thrashing
Yes,
around nearby?
Absolutely.
Ow.
God.
So
Kelpie?
you're slowly putting it together that you're all trapped in this big bag together in somewhere, and every time you go to move, you're running into the bag, getting pushed up against it, you're hitting each other.
I don't like this. Someone's got my wee tail. Who's got my tail?
I'm starting to freak out, guys. I'm really freaking out now.
Hold on. I'm gonna like try and find a piece of the sack or whatever with my face, and then try and bite a hole in it.
Okay. Why don't you make a roll for this? This is a biting roll, so you have +2 to your 2d6.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here we go. I got a 4, so that's 6.
Oh, okay. I believe 6 is
That's a
the
failure.
lowest result. Yes, 6 is a failure. Awesome. Oh, also, you guys might want to take a note of that you each have 10 HP.
Okay.
You start with 10 hits. And the result of 6 is a failure. But I also want to give your character a moment to be cool, so it's only a failure due to circumstances outside of your control. You bite a hole into the sack just as Angus, the Shetland Kelpie, is known for great biting. But your mouth bites on something very, very hot that tastes like ash and wood, and you reduce 1 HP as you see your guys' moving around in the burlap sack has put it on top of a small campfire that you've just taken a bite out of as smoke starts billowing into the sack and it starts getting very hot around you all.
Holy
That's
crap!
not good. You're the ones that can breathe.
I can't breathe. I just got a mouthful of ash.
Um.
Wait,
Boy,
let's roll over.
okay. We can do that.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna call this a teamwork roll, and you guys always get +1 to teamwork rolls.
Okay.
That, or it's an opportunity for Kelpie to use his social cues to lead everyone.
I like that. Let's do that
Yeah, I mean,
first.
Kelpie is leading us here for sure. So that's what it is.
Hey, I think that if we all push together, we can get it to go the right way. Everybody ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Roll it around. Probably like all going in separate directions, I imagine.
And it wasn't
Not
enough.
very good at giving directions, lad.
So go ahead and roll 2d6, and you get -2 to this result. Angus.
I rolled a 4, so 2.
Yeah. So as you guys start pushing in opposite directions, you hear the voice someone, I wasn't ready yet, and then go, and then on the count of 3 or on 3, as you guys are all moving, and the fire actually starts to get bigger, and the hole that you were on is now on the bottom, and smoke is pillowing in and starting to cough all of you. You all take 1 HP of damage from coughing
Uh-oh.
on the smoke.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I don't know what's going on. And I stop and I look at the camera and I'm like, did I do that?
You have a catchphrase now. By the way.
Casually, the camera would.
Can I use that or is that copyrighted?
I think you're good.
Audie will kind of like, after a little bit, she'll be like, what if we all push in the same direction?
Oh, I never thought of that. That
Like,
sounds great.
Away from the fire? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think, Ron?
I guess let's just get off this fire for now. All right, everyone, listen to me. Let's do this, okay? On the count of 3,
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna go towards me, okay? Just towards my voice. You might squish me.
3?
On
On
3.
3 or after 3?
On 3. On 3.
On 3.
Okay. Ready?
So 1,
On 3.
2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3?
Just roll this way. Just come on. It's fine. I'm not even gonna count.
I start
ready.
Okay.
I tried to cover my vital organs as a horse is rolling over me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as a big hoof hits you in the face. So this time, you guys will get a teamwork roll. So you get +1, or actually for teamwork, all 3 of you roll, and we'll take the highest one.
Okay.
I got 9.
5 for me.
I got 7.
Okay. So a 9 is a mixed success. So you get what you want partially or at a cost. So you guys get what you want. Finally, you're out of this sack. And it actually, the camera this whole time has been doing like one long shot on the bag that you're all tied up in. And we only hear your voices and see the bag moving around. It moves over the fire, then out of the fire, then into the fire, then back out of the fire. And finally, at the end of it, it moves onto the fire. You break open the sack, and the camera zooms out a bit, and there's 4 little soldier men with it look like adventurers. They've got on leather armor and swords out and shields up, and one of them drops their plate of food and picks up an axe, and they're all looking at you as you guys take in your surroundings. You're in the middle of a forest. It's night. The fire that is illuminating this place is slowly going out since it's being put out by the sack that's on it. And you can see these faces of these angry men. They're out! Ready!
I think we got out. We got outside. We did it.
Did it?
Hi.
We're out, guys.
What we do now?
Run maybe.
And as you say that, the 4 adventurers that are surrounding you, with swords and shields and axes at the ready, lunge in and start making attacks at you guys.
I think except that Ron doesn't even attempt to defend himself. I think he just gets chopped to pieces.
I will try to I would try to protect them and try to like punch them.
I mean,
Okay.
Ron knows he'll just wake right back up somewhere else, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
He dies all
you're
right.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay,
So-
and what about Kelpie?
No.
Do you want to state what you're doing before I let Anya take her action, or do you want to see? What
Yeah.
she
Is
does?
there water nearby?
Water nearby? High or low?
Stream or high or low? Let's go high.
Yes, there is a stream nearby, a little creek stream that they set up camp next to.
Okay, so even though I'm really bad at swimming, like my first instinct as a Kelpie is always to jump in the water. So that's what I do
Okay,
if it's available.
Kelpie goes jumping towards the water. Ron just stands there, like
Mhm.
looking like he's ready to light a cigarette.
He kind
And
of
Anya,
just turns his neck towards the axe blade, make it easy.
And Anya, what would you like to do?
He just okay.
Just
Is she
let him
fighting?
do it. Just let him get their XP, and they'll leave. They'll go away. You know how this works. Come on.
I just want to get one of them just this one time. Got this. She's gonna try to punch one of them.
Okay, a knockout punch.
Yes.
Okay, you
Nice.
see there's like this little halfling with a sword and shield. It looks like he's the leader of the group. You can see a big old Goliath, and he's holding a club. And you can see an elf, and she has 2 daggers out. Which one will you
well,
attack?
I'm gonna punch the halfling because it's smaller than me. Sounds so mean, but
So
yeah,
what does Anya look like as she kind of gets this moment where everything kind of slows down? We get a close up on her. What does she look like, and then what does she do?
So she's obviously a medium size human-esque looking person, but she's got some wings that are kind of tucked away and some very different features to differentiate that she is a vampire. And she gets in like a classic like boxing stance
Mhm.
and like lines herself up.
Or Popeye.
Mhm.
No, she doesn't do it the ye old way. She's gonna do it the modern way. And then she's gonna like kind of come up there in quick movements and like absolutely haymaker.
Awesome. I play a lot of Tekken, so I've got the Steve Jackson moves in mind.
Yeah. Let's see if my dice fail me today.
Okay. So you get a +2 to your knockout punch against Fobbit. Actually, you're like punching down. The uppercut would go over
It's
him.
like medium size, I guess. It's like
Maybe-
I guess
Maybe Superman punch.
yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. That is a total of 9.
Right. That is a mixed success. So, yeah, you knock Bobbit out to the ground, but In the process, you collide with Kelpie, who's jumping towards the water, and the both of you collide and fall to the ground in this mess of limbs. There's going to be a lot of slapstick, I think. Bobbit is like, halflings are known for burrowing, and he's like half burrowed in the ground. He looks like this little dig dug, and just his knocked out face is sticking out of the ground.
It's like, I did it. Sorry.
A little whack-a-mole.
Now, is that the first time that you've like taken out an adventurer that we've seen? Is this like a big deal for us?
Maybe, probably.
I think it's first time tonight.
I think for stepdad Ron, he's never even considered like that you might even want to fight with an adventurer,
or that you even knew she even fought. Like you didn't even know she did that.
Yeah, she's always just worked in the back of the restaurant.
It was always quiet and like never said anything. Meanwhile, like the rest of her family is loud and annoying.
Okay, it's at that moment that you see the Goliath and the elf drop their weapons, and they both go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And the Goliath speaks, "Oh, we just hirelings. We just carry things. Please, we know adventurers."
Yeah,
and then the elf.
It's a good thing too, because we're the monsters. We actually, we take out adventurers like you. And he tries to like make his little rat chest like puff it up. he's probably as small as Bobbit is.
I'm still flopping around trying to right myself.
The elf says, "We have come a long way, but we were simply hired to take you from this place in exchange for money. We were hired by the adventurers. Perhaps you're after them?"
I want to figure out, is this elf talking at this point? You said?
Yes.
Is this elf telling me the truth? I want to figure this out.
Based on smell or social cues?
I think either one. I mean, I called it sniffing things out. That's kind of like this.
Smelling.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make a smelling roll.
Smelling roll. We'll go with that. That works. Alrighty. 7 + 1 is 8, which is a mixed success.
Okay, so you kind of discreetly lift your nose up, sniff at her a little bit, and a mixed success. You sense that she's telling the truth, but also that maybe it's not the whole truth, or she has more to tell. She's kind of looking down at you. "You're looking at me odd."
That's because I'm a psychic. You see, all were-rats. We're all psychics. I can tell that you're hiding something from me. And unless you want my friend here with the wings and the big muscles to do to you what she just did to your slightly larger than me little friend, you better tell us the whole truth. Pointy ears.
She kind of narrows her gaze at you. She looks to the stump on the ground that was her friend. "The truth is, the adventurers were after you three in particular. They told me that Ron was the best scout of the dungeon. To get in, they'd have to make sure they got him. They told me..."
Well, clearly that's not me. That's a different Ron. It's a common name down there. Sure can't be me though.
They said that he had a large family, that he was married to a lady named Maud.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rats down there. Could be someone else.
And they had 29 children who were all also named Maud.
Okay, maybe I see where you're going. Yeah, I think, but I still think, if you're looking for a good scout, maybe I'm not the guy. I could maybe introduce you to somebody. Could maybe we can just call this a night, get back to our families.
They also told us to go after someone who is only known by his name as the Face. And all of the other two, they both look at Kelpie.
What are you talking about?
No, my name's not Willis. It's Eowa Fio Wahainona Honajud.
Winona Judd? I've heard of you.
Wow.
And just as my companion says, we are just the hirelings for a band of adventurers called the Adventurers. They told us to seek out the Face, Ron, and Anya. And that's what we did. But that's all the truth I know.
Where are you supposed to take us then, Winona Judd?
Back to our homeland, the country.
This country. Tell me more about it. Does it have lots of space? Good place to live. Good schools. They have good schools.
There's no time. Look over there. And you see in the distance you see in a crystal ball the dungeon, and you can see your family business of impostas, and there are soldiers in white robes and silver armor marching around and pushing goblins and orcs around. This is our place now. And then Winona Judd says, do you not remember going to dinner with the adventurers at Impostas?
Dinner with adventurers? Why would we eat with those schmucks? They're always trying to kill us. Which, I mean, it's okay. That's not a big deal, but still rude.
That's not what you said last night. Ooh, and we do a little screen wobbly, and we flash back to the night before you awoke in a strange place. And the three of you are sitting at a large table in Impastas. You can see Anya's mom and dad are looking proud behind the counter. Grandma and grandpa are cooking in the back. Anya's cooking in the back. And Ron and Angus are sitting at a table for like 8. And across from you is a man in black robes with black tattoos. A looks to be like some sort of knight of some sort, but he's wearing all black armor and a big old anime two-handed black nightmare sword behind him. And then there's an elf, and she has all sorts of little accessories and trinkets on her leather armor. And there's also a man in holy robes with a big staff cross, and he's completely bald. And sitting next to you are your bosses of the dungeon, these 3 old witches, and they're all kind of cackling and petting their cats and talking to these adventurers, as the adventurers describe. Well, you can see here, it's written this order by our king that as of today, these lands, they do belong to the kingdom of country. And the witches are laughing. Oh, what makes you think you can just come in here and tell us what is yours and what is ours? And then the little Betty White looking witch says, whatever he's saying, I like the way he says it. And she's looking at his muscly arms. All right, I don't get a laugh track. All right, that's fine. I don't need it.
Our laughter was genuine. We didn't need the track for that.
And as they start laughing, they look at Ron and Angus, and Anya's kind of waving from the kitchen. We're not worried. We have the best scout, the best diplomat, and the best food any dungeon has to offer. And the juice does taste different tonight. Anya, what's different about the juice tonight? And as she says that, all of the people at the table start feeling woozy. Angus and Ron, you start to feel woozy. All of the staff, heads start falling on tables all around, and you hear a too bad goblins aren't immune to poison, eh, boys? And it all fades to black. And you awaken in a familiar place, talking to Go the Goliath and Eowaihoa Winona Judd the elf. And you see in the crystal ball impastas being run by these soldiers of Kingdom Country.
And they're like rounding up our fellow.
Yeah, they've
monster
got
friends.
whips out, and they're
Oh, man.
pushing them out, forcing them to eat the day-old bread.
What kind of weapon did the little?
Slightly stale.
What kind of weapon did the little halfling have? I think he said.
He had a sword and a shield.
Ron like grabs those and picks them up. Looks to his two friends, says, "Look, you can see what's going on there. I gotta get back to Mod and all the other mods. There's only one way back that I know. I have no idea where we are. So here," and he hands the sword to Anya, and he pulls his shirt up and quick, do it. I gotta get back. Come on.
I don't know how to eat this.
All right. Well, it was worth a try.
She just kind of like, she will like take it and kind of just like poke you with it. Did it work? I don't put the pointy end in.
Now that I think about it, maybe we don't go back if we die out here.
I don't know.
I don't know how it all works.
Haven't.
The Goliath holds up his club. Want me to help you with that?
No, it's fine. It's fine. No. As you can tell, Anya has a sword now. So you don't want to mess with us. And you see what she can do with her fists. Imagine what she can do with that.
What he said. Looks down. Go looks away.
So you all brought us here. Maybe you should start leading us back, because we're gonna take our town back from you all. And those adventurers.
I turn and look at Ron and say, "Yeah!" And as I turn real fast, my tail accidentally trips the was it the orc or the Goliath?
Oh, the Goliath.
Yeah.
We'll say it trips the elf because it's more likely to trip her.
Yeah.
Are you trying to like knock her into the fire?
No, it's just by happenstance.
Oh yeah,
pure happenstance.
All right.
Yeah. He grabs the sword, accidentally trips her. As you grab the sword, it like whips right by her face and cuts some of the hair that's just right to the side of it. She sees the hair kind of fall to the ground. She turns to Go and she says, "Let's do what they say."
Well, you heard Winona Judd. Let's go.
Yeah, and don't try any funny business.
I want to quickly as we're like, getting ready to leave, I want to look on this little dead halfling's body because I know that halflings like to have little trinkets and treasures. Maybe there's something useful.
Okay, sure. Why don't you make?
There's
Are
like
you
a
gonna
find resource thing, isn't there? Isn't that a?
maybe sneaking around? That sounds like sneaking around to me.
Okay.
Maybe smelling.
Let's do sneaking around this time.
Okay.
-1.
Hmm.
11 -1 is still a 10, which is a
10.
success.
Total success. Um. It is a ring on a
Oh,
chain.
okay. I've heard of these. Hmm. If those soldiers in the crystal ball start singing a song called "If There's a Whip, There's a Way," I know exactly what this ring does. Gotta be careful with it.
So it's on a chain, and you can see there's like some inscriptions on the inside that are like glowing with magic. What do you do with your ring?
I just put it under my shirt for now.
Okay. Do you ever now make another sneaking around roll?
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to amend that real quick. I think I want to hide it in my
Okay.
cheeks because that's what I wear out
Ah,
with you.
dang it. Good amendment. All right, you can make a +2 to
I-
conceal it in your cheeks.
Yeah, I think he's like starting to tuck it in. And he shakes his head and he pops it off the chain and sticks it in there. It's a 7, which I think is still a mixed success, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so you put it in your mouth, and then like someone, and then the Goliath turns to you and he says, "Oh, you look different." And he kind of like shrugs, smile, and he goes,
Mhm.
"Oh, I like your tongue ring. I never noticed before."
No.
Stylish. And you guys start walking across landscapes that are clearly like stock footage, B footage of where this is supposed to take place as you guys walk back towards Imposters.
As we're going, I'm playing that comedy theme song on my bagpipes.
How like hopefully it's when it gets like are we gonna get there like when it's getting close to like daylight?
Oh yeah, because it was nighttime when we
Mhm.
started. Real quick before I answer that, Angus, why don't you make a bagpipes roll?
All right. I got an 8, so that's 10. Oh no, sorry.
10
That's 9.
success.
It's 9. It's 9.
It's a 9, a mixed success. Okay. Everyone, if you have access to a D8, you can use a D8 on your next roll
Mm.
from listening to those wonderful bagpipes.
Yay.
So your next roll, you'll get a D6 and a D8.
Fancy.
And as you all are walking back towards Impostas. You get to the dungeon entrance, and this is your guys' dungeon. You already know the way inside. So what do you do? As you see these two doors in front of you, what's the secret way into your guys' dungeon?
So there's a secret way in that we probably don't want Go and Winona Judd to know about, right?
That's good thinking. Yes, they both are standing there and like that creepy person who's clearly looking at you, trying to put in your PIN number. Their eyes are like shifting.
I sort of half gallop, half slither up to the door, and rear up on my tail with my front hoofs and sort of do a secret knock on the door, which sounds kind of like Ravel's Bolero. Dun, 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 dun.
And the gates open up. Fog spills out. Bats come flying out of the top.
Hi, cousins.
Go and we have Winona Judd are kind of standing with each other, and they're like, "This is as far as we go. I've never been inside a real dungeon before. Is this far enough?" They look to you questioningly.
Yeah, you did a good job. Thanks, Go. Thanks, Winona. Why don't you get out of here? Just scram.
I don't like dungeons. They remind me of the coal mine I used to work on. Let's go. And she starts humming as she leaves.
They should write a song about that.
And you guys continue into the dungeon, and you see some axes that are swinging back and forth, and you just kind of step on one stone in particular, and the axes stop. You go around a corner and just slip into an invisible wall, go around another trap, and continue into the dungeon towards until you get to this little kind of entryway into the city proper. Now that you've gotten past your traps, and there's two soldiers there. They've got a spear and a shield, and they're kind of like talking to each other and laughing. You can hear their voices as you guys are coming up to what you know to be the true entrance to your dungeon. Oh, then I hit the goblin and I was like, "I'm strong, you're not." I hit the goblin.
All right, we have
I'm
to be
just
quiet
gonna-
now.
I'm just gonna slither up and bite the one guard on the ass real hard.
I think Ron is like trying to be like, okay, let's make a plan. Everybody, let's be quiet. And he's like turns around and Angus is like already gone.
Because I don't get social cues. So,
Okay.
Prepare.
so do I
to
roll the
fight.
D8 and the D6, or do I just?
Yeah. So you get to roll the D8 and a D6. What are you rolling? Are you biting?
Biting, yeah, +2.
Okay. Well, first, this is a sneaking around roll to see if you
Okay.
get the drop on them.
Okay,
But you can use the D8 instead of a D6, or you can hold on to the
Perfect.
D8.
I'll use it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I got 10.
Total 10? 10
an
minus
8, an 8 and
10
a 2.
minus 1.
For
Okay.
the
So
sneaking?
10 minus
For the
1 for actually you're better at sneaking around than Ron. So it's
he's
0.
a 0. Yep.
So 10. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of like galloping up, and they're just like laughing at each other and stroking each other's egos, so they don't really see you coming. And what are you biting in particular?
buddy.
Somebody's There's two of them. Are they both? What are they? Are they goblins? No.
They're soldiers. They're 1/1 soldier tokens. They have 1 fighting and 1 toughness.
They were bragging about picking on.
Oh,
goblins.
okay. I'm gonna bite whoever's ass is closest to me.
Okay. Okay. So this big ass soldier, you gonna bite him in the butt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tasted cake.
Hey. Yeah, you bite him in the butt, and he's like, and then I told that goblin, and he turns and looks where you've got your kelpy mouth on a big chunk of cartoon butt. Ron or Anya, do you follow up with any actions of your own?
I think there's this moment, at least for Ron, where he just looks to Anya and kind of shrugs, and then just like, puts his little wear-out claws up and starts running towards the guard.
Nice.
I'm gonna bite you! And he's just like, he's running. I mean, he's just trying to run up and assist.
I love this because he probably hasn't bitten anything since college. Like he's been living this stepdad life.
Yeah, he's going to relive his glory days.
Well,
I mean, he's definitely better at biting than he is fighting. I think he's inspired by Angus. And, yeah, he's gonna try to go bite the other one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. And you can use a D8 instead of a D6, or you can hold on to your D.
I'm gonna use it. Alrighty. Let's see. 5 plus 3 is 8.
So mixed.
Biting is 0. Yeah.
Okay. And are you going after the same soldier or the other soldier?
The other one.
Okay. So the other one's kind of looking at him, and he's like, "Oh, what?" And then you come in, yeah, and bite him where? Where do you want to bite him?
I think he wants to also bite him on his ass, just because he sees like what's working.
He's
here.
distracted, so it's very easy.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is a moment where I want to say something new about the world that we haven't established before.
Okay, all right.
I think, given how we die and are reborn here all the time, life just happens like at a really fast pace here. The processes of our biology and all that just are instant. So I think the curse of the were-rat happens instantly when a were-rat bites you, or a vampire bites you.
Okay.
So I think there's like a roll you have to make, right? When you're trying to decide to find something in the midst.
I think it's just up to mutual consensus, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine
that sounds
with it.
cool. I like it.
Okay, now there has to be a twist though, or a little hang up on that. And I will say it's not that they will necessarily become a were-rat. It's just that they get lycanthropy, so they could become a were-turtle or a were-wolf.
And yeah, I think it's like whatever animal they are most like in their personality.
Yes, exactly.
Chicken.
So you bite the other soldier, and he goes right on the bottom, right just on the tip of that bottom flesh, right where it's that cigarette spot. And then he starts and starts transforming, and you see his clothes start to rip, and black hair comes out all over his arms. His hands get big, and they still look leathery, and he's got all of his digits, and he lets out a yell, and then stands up triumphantly and starts banging his chest like a silver gorilla. All this ego and the smallest balls in the animal kingdom.
I think Ron, after that this happens, he just kind of stands up, right, and he puts out his hand and says, "All right, buddy, welcome to the team." Because monsters are friends down here, and we all work together.
And he looks to his friend, who kind of is looking up at this wary silver gorilla, and he just hammers him down into a bloody mess, crinkles him like a soda can. And he instantly knows the secret monster handshake and starts, flipping back and forth, knuckles, elbows, does a little spin.
I do the same handshake with him, except with my tail. My fish tail.
What's your name? Were Ape? I'm Stepdad Ron.
I will go into nature and discover my name. And he starts walking in this weird NPC path where he goes around other objects in action. He literally doesn't go around the corner, he just disappears.
Okay.
I've
An
never
NPC,
seen
it
that
happens.
before.
And then a little badge appears like right in front of your vision, Ron, and it says like King Kong, best friends, achievement unlocked, and then it just disappears into the ether.
Wait till I tell Maud about this. So is the path now clear for us to?
The path
Get
is
in?
now clear for you to continue through the dungeon, and you look out, and the Blood River is just water. All the torches are out and replaced with this beautiful prismatic elven ether light. All of the swamp and grime and insects have been removed from the ground. It's completely clean. You've never seen the cobblestone floor before. And all of the marble statues that once held ravens and spiders and scarecrows, now they're all pristine. And you can see the beautiful works of art of the ancient civilization that lived here before you correctly came over and made it into a dungeon.
Well, that's what happens. I guess
this is why we can't have nice things.
How dare they desecrate this place?
it's adventurification. I tell you, it's terrible for us.
It stings the eyes.
Adventure fires moving in. We make this place a nice, hip, attractive dungeon community. And once we have our own little impastas and our own coffee shops and hip galleries, the adventurers, they just come in, they take over the place, and all as soon as the next thing you know, the property values, they go way up. And I can't afford that. I got 30 mouths to feed.
It's
what am I gonna do? Yep. Sure is.
That means I have to help cook Portal.
Well, maybe we can stop this. Maybe we can turn it back.
Oh no, they'll make me use garlic. Oh, I don't like that.
I immediately cough up a kelp ball just to add character to the place.
And it lands onto the shoes of this like elven dignitary as he's walking by. Oh my dear monsters! And the lady with him. Oh, it appears they've returned. We must inform the country kingdom's king, Mr. Country.
We can't do that. Boom!
Yeah.
We can't let that happen. Boom!
I love it.
Okay. I told you, solution to all problems right here. +2, knockout punch. Go ahead and roll.
Yep.
Am I adding the D8 or am I subbing?
You can either use it now or save the D8 for later.
I will save.
But you only
the
get
D8.
one.
I'll
Okay.
save the D8.
All right.
It is a total of 8.
An 8, a mixed success. So you go to knock her out, and the man actually steps in front, and you knock him out, and then she kind of looks stunned. And he falls. And he falls into a drum set.
We can't let them know. They can't know that we're here. Get ready to punch the lady.
Oh my!
Oh, wait, I have an idea.
What's the idea? She's like ready to punch. What's the idea?
Maybe this adventurer here can take us to the king, and we can see if adventurers come back to life here too. If you follow what I'm saying.
Should I take him too?
Oh, you want to? You cannot see the king. Only his magistrate is here. Captain Death. He represents the king. He's the leader of the adventurers.
Well, maybe this Captain Death is the first domino we need to topple. Well, where can we find him? I see like 14 yoga studios on the street now. Is he in one of those?
Oh. Let's see. Let me check his feed. And she pulls out this little scroll and opens it. Looks like he already went and got boba. It wasn't good, by the way. So right now he should be returning to his headquarters, the imposters.
Anya will like kind of like look down and be like, "So I'm not punching her?"
You can punch her now.
Okay.
Oh, it says free breadsticks today.
It says what? I missed that.
Oh, it says free breadsticks today. And she's knocked out.
I like to imagine now as we're like in our new adventurified city, there's like these kind of street urchin-y, but still, they look like they're probably from rich families, but they just kind of putting on the street urchin look, kind of slumming it. And they're running around like the street corners, and they're like yelling out these reviews of local establishments, and it's literally like they're giving Yelp reviews, where they're just like yelping out things. And it's just a terrible place now.
That's
It's
so
awful.
cute.
Town
Pretty.
crier Yelp review.
Mhm.
One of them comes by. Come to imposters. Come for the garlic avocado toast.
Avocado toast. We may be too late.
Anya will grab the scroll thing.
Okay.
And like tries to look at it.
It has like this weird arcane magic puzzle where you have to trace out a certain shape to read the scroll. It shakes. The whole scroll shakes, and it says, "Try again."
She will try to draw it. Or like trace it.
Okay.
Be careful,
Okay,
Anya. I think I've heard of this thing. If you do it wrong, you might get captured.
Make just a roll, just a 2d6 roll.
Oh, that is a total of 6.
A total of 6. A failure. The scroll shuts, and then a picture of like this knight's helmet comes up with a sword, and it does an ethereal slash, and you all lose 1 HP.
No. Okay. Gonna use this again. She just kind of like puts it on top of the lady's face.
It's
Just kinda-
password protected.
Kind of just like lays it casually on her.
Well.
Pats her. Here we go. Hey.
Maybe we should try to be stealthy this time, getting up to imposters. Or you can just try to bite him in the ass again.
Right. Let's be stealthy.
All right, well.
Right.
I dart off, but then I turn around. Oh. I wait for them.
I guess I am the best scout there is, right? And he kind of puffs up his chest, feeling good about himself.
Yeah, she'll try to be sneaky.
Okay, so you guys sneak into an alley, and Ron, you have this weird feeling that you've had before. It's kind of like a feeling almost like you're being watched as you guys are kind of creeping down this alley.
Maud, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm working in the shop here. You don't have to come in. It's fine. Sorry.
And from out of a cleanly polished grate for a well-maintained sewer system, an eye stalk comes out and looks angrily in the three of yours direction.
Honey, I'm sorry. We just got held up. We were kidnapped. Took out in the woods. I promise I wasn't just off at the bar again. I've stopped that. I'm doing my best here.
Meanwhile,
The grate flies off. The eye stalks and this floating eyeball kind of turns. It's back first as the eye opens up, turning towards Ron, the singular gaze that pierces towards him as all the other eye stalks look angrily, and then a whole mess of 29 other crazy, rambunctious kids that are running in all directions, flying in all directions, eye stalks looking over here, getting distracted by a squirrel. All of them come swarming out, and you hear, "Oh, no, you didn't, Mr. Ron."
And Ron just kind of slumps over, defeated.
Who is this? And all of her eye stalks look at Anya, but the one big eye is still looking at Ron. You have not talked to me all day.
She's just a friend, Maud. I promise that nothing's going on here. You're the one for me, Maud.
casually just like looking away, looking down.
I pipe in and said, "Aye, we were out there in the sap together."
Don't say no.
The eye stalks look at Kelpie. Him too? Boy, you are in all kinds of trouble. And then all the eye stalks and I look at you, Ron.
Ron just quickly shoves his hand in his mouth and tries to put that ring on his finger real quick.
Okay. And the last thing you hear is Maud saying, "Oh, I'm not the only one for you. I'm the only 30 for you." And all the other 29 eyes multiplied by 8, all of them look at you at the same time as suddenly everything around you is white. You can still hear everyone talking. "Ron, why are you looking at me like that?" And you can still smell everything around you, but all you see is white. Then everything starts to coalesce and come clear as arcane energies manifest, and you can see you're in the alley, and you can hear everyone, but it looks like you're alone. You can't see Maud in any of her forms. You can't see your friends, but you can still hear them as they're saying, "Why are you looking like that? Don't just stare off. You better be listening to me. Womp, 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 womp.
I just start like kind of slowly backing away. Kind of got this big smile on my face. Ah.
You bump into Kelpie. Kelpie, it looks like Ron is just staring, and he just backs up into you without even looking at you. And you can see him like occasionally looking around, but he looks like blind.
I look at him. I wrap my tail around him like in a friendly gesture, and just lick the side of his face. Or no, because I'm kind of. Oh no, he's small too. Yeah, so I lick the side of his face.
Yeah, Ron, you get some nice fur ball, by the way, on your tongue as you lick the side of his face. Ron, you feel a tongue wipe your face, but there's nothing substantial behind it. There's no physical material evidence. You just feel being licked.
Well, this is weird. Not really what I expected there.
I lick him again and say, "Snap out of it! Snap out of it, lad!"
So, Zach, this is a ring that makes everyone else invisible.
Kind of what I thought. Yeah. I still like it. I still think it's an improvement on my life. I'm gonna keep it on. It's good. It's working for me.
Maud explains to you all that her and the children have only been alive because she persevered on her own without any help from her husband, and they have found a secret hiding place where everyone can rest and get some proper food, and even a secret entrance to Impastas. So we cut to doors opening on a house that's oddly shaped so that you always have about three angles of perspective on whatever's happening, and one wall is just open for no reason. And so you guys are all in this little humble dungeon spot. There's some empty cells. A lot of the dirt and grime has been retained here, so you're kind of comfortable as you see a spider crawl across and can smell rotting flesh. And Maud and her 29 children are in the place, feeding you guys blood and whatever monsters eat. Gold, because they spit gold. Kill them. I don't know. Juice, the last bits of juice that are so well loved in this place. That you guys can talk or plan what you'd like to do next.
Yeah, I think by now Ron's probably taken the ring off and just hidden it back in his cheek for a rainy day.
Okay.
We need to just kind of tune out all those yapping kids all at once.
Mm-hmm. Maud kind of comes up to you, Kelpie, and she puts some boiled seaweed that smells like it's from the swamp and slops it out for you. Here you are. I know what Kelpie's like.
Oh, that's great. You can really smell the rot. That's the best part. I start happily munching on it.
We only eat this one day out of the year.
Oh, not me. I eat it every day, lass. I give her a lick on the face, or on the just like on the frontal eyeball. In thanks.
Ain't no thing. And she kind of looks over at Ron like she's trying to make him jealous a bit as she puts a hand on Angus's shoulder, or whatever would be in place of a shoulder.
Blank. Oh no, not that. No, please don't.
I just keep munching, unaware of the situation. I don't care.
Oh, oh yeah, she doesn't have a hand, so it's an eye stalk that's like
Mhm.
looking up at you.
My God.
Well, you see, kids, I brought you a pony just like you always wanted. How about that? How about old stepdad Ron, huh?
They're all kind of like looking at scrollers. Not a real pony, just like you. And a couple of the other kids are just bouncing off the walls, literally hovering and flying and bouncing on them like bouncing balls with 8 tentacles attached.
Mhm. This is what home is like for me.
I start to get interested in them, and like I start to try to bounce them like a beach ball, like in a concert or something like that.
Sure. Uncle Angus is fun.
I hit one with my tail.
Anya just kind of stands there with like one arm like across her body and like holding onto her other arm, just kind of like casually just sitting there.
Okay. Maud looks at you, Ron, and she says, "You're staying home now, right?" Or no,
Whatever.
sorry. Let me change this. She says, "You're gonna fix this, right?"
Whatever you say, sweetie. Yep, I'll do it. Yep. Old Ron will get it done.
Okay. Smash cut to her eye stalks, like putting your scout's uniform on, straightening, the collar, getting you your gear, and then this like little lunchbox that has like a paper drawing from one of your kids, one of your stepchildren, like glued to the inside of it, so you see it when you open it. She shuts the box and hands it to you, gives you a kiss on the cheek with her giant, gaping, monstrous shark mouth. Have a good day, sweetie.
You too, dear. Hey, Anya, Angus, are you coming to help or not? I can't do this.
Where are we going?
You know I can't do this, right? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, what are we
Sure.
doing?
I think we're gonna sneak into impastas, right? Anya knows the way in, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kinda. I mean, we have a way that we go, but there's also a regular back.
Is the way that you go a way that no one else knows about?
Kinda. Have to fly to get there. I'm not
Probably
very good with
carry us,
things,
right?
though.
I'm sure you're
I-
great with them.
Oh yeah, just jump on my back and hold on real tight and flap your wings.
And I'll ride on them. Let's do it.
Aye.
And yeah, Ron just like does like the Legolas like reverse filmed mounting of the horse, like in one swift motion. And I think we both kind of look to Anya like, let's do this. Let's fly. And he kind of like pulls out his little scout. I imagine it's like a little wooden sword or something totally useless. He never has to use the thing.
yeah,
and just
she would
pulls it
give
out.
you a wooden sword.
It's just
Tally ho! Let's go.
it's just a hilt, and there's like a little badge that says you're on a waiting list to have the sword part of your gear completed.
Yeah.
So as he says "tally ho," you look in front of you, and there's this long cavern, and there's stalactites and stalagmites.
Other way around, I think, because they have to hang tight to the ceiling. Is what it is.
Okay, stalactites and stalagmites
Yeah.
in this crystal cavern, and there's a countdown on screen for the camera of 3, 2, 1 as it switches to this like camera angle that's clearly for a mini game. It's like behind the back, the two of you on top of Angus, and Angus starts galloping towards the cliff edge. And this is an opportunity for Anya to spread her wings and make a flying roll.
I will definitely try. 2d6. She will definitely try. Okay. Okay. Let's. Sorry, the number's really dark. It's a total of 9, so -1 is 8.
8. Okay, mixed success. Okay, you guys see that Anya's her wings are working pretty good, but she's not really spreading it. She's not feeling it. You can see she's kind of reserved. She's showing that hesitation. So each of you can attempt to do something that'll give her a +1 on her roll.
I'm gonna play my bagpipes.
Sure.
I think
And I'm gonna play a song from a story that I had heard one time from an old bard. You're the best around. You're the best around. Nothing. Or it's gonna be.
Thank you for not singing too much of that.
I was about ready to be like something.
I think something else that's true about our world is that much like in Saved by the Bell, a character can just say freeze, and then like we can kind of act independently of the universe around us. As is narratively appropriate. I think
Only
that
for
gives us
monsters.
time. Yeah, only for monsters, and I think it gives us time for like a training montage where Anya can like
Yes.
bulk up, and there's like Anya's like
The montage of being embarrassed and like really scared and nervous to eventually gaining some confidence.
Oh, okay. So we, you guys open up the debug menu and move to the difficulty setting and switch it from easy to hard, and all of you suddenly have better stats, better gear.
my
Anya's
sword
like-
hilt grows. It's like actually a sword. now.
It's still wood though.
Now,
It's still wood though.
It's an improvement.
Anya starts standing up straighter. The hair that was covering one eye has now been pulled back behind her ear.
I think we see this scene of like Ron like, even though Anya wasn't wearing glasses, I think there's a scene of Ron like taking off her glasses, and all of a sudden, she's just majestic in every way.
See, I imagined like a full-on Sailor Moon transformation.
It's always these things together.
Wait.
Sailor Moon.
Removes hair tie, lets hair fall down.
Yeah, she takes out her hair tie.
Perfect.
I love that idea. So, leveling up is tough to do. Your flying ability is now a -0, but no pain, no gain. You all lose 1 HP for that tough montage. But now you have a flying of 0 instead of negative.
So that gives me a 9.
Yeah, and the bagpipes are the last bit that you needed to make
+1
a
to make
10.
it a 10.
Yes, to make it a success. So you are flying through this cavern, going through these totally serve no purpose other than to rack up some sort of scoreboard, these rings of crystal and yellow and gold. You miss a couple collectibles and a couple secret areas. So
Thankfully,
you
it's
have
not
to.
that one particular
So
game from a particular console that involved a superhero flying through rings.
yep. Well, the thing is, after you beat
Gotta go
this, you'll
fast.
realize you missed something. So we're gonna play this game again, just so you can do this part of the story again and actually get all the collectibles. So stay tuned for that. So you guys make it to the end of this crystal cave, and you can see the secret entrance to Impastas. So you guys reach the end of the crystal cavern, and you see a archway with a spiral staircase of stone that goes directly up towards the Impastas. And this will get you up into the bathrooms, the staff bathrooms of the building. So there's a couple different ways we can go forward. We can do sort of a heist thing where you guys are going to make your way up and describe the plan as it happens, or we can just cut to getting into the restaurant, emerging from the bathroom.
Much to Dan Harmon's chagrin, I kind of like the heist idea.
Yeah, I kind of think maybe we have to make ourselves look like adventurers if we're going to sneak in. How do we do that?
I mean, I guess you could.
So you guys will need to be imposters to sneak into Impastas. And
Yes.
lucky enough for you, Anya, you know that this secret entrance is used mostly by the staff as well of doppelgangers. And they've actually got these curious contraptions, these doppelganger suits that they give to their newbie waiters and waitresses that haven't yet mastered their doppelganger abilities. So Anya starts pulling out these Impastas logo suits and ties with doppelganger magic effects for you guys to sneak in.
Nice.
Well, Anya, this is perfect. It's really
Yeah.
amazing how coincidentally that was exactly what we needed. Huh.
Yeah, it's
How
really
about that?
convenient. Really convenient.
There is one flaw, of course. To doppelgang, you have to use your doppelgang skill, which is a +0.
Yeah. And I think like it would make sense it was kind of limited. Like, Angus can't like become bipedal, right? I think like Angus could be like a warhorse. And I could like ride like a knight on the warhorse and look pretty cool. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I was
I like
hoping to
that.
be like a BoJack, but no. Okay.
I could do that too. Okay.
If the editor
But Warhorse,
could
I
add
like-
one thing, I feel like no matter what you turn into, there's gonna be a little name tag that says trainee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
I kind of like the warhorse idea though.
Okay.
She is gonna try to just look like a regular human.
Imagine like your name tag is like, "Hello, my name is regular human person."
Totally normal human. Nothing abnormal here.
Not a vampire. Nope. Not me.
My name is totally not a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Zach, you said
I think,
Ron is
like-
going to be looking knightly.
Yeah, I think if you ever saw man, this is a deep cut. There's a cartoon called Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. There's like a little tiny knight guy, kind of like the knight from He-Man. Remember that the little thing, Otho or something? What's his name? Otho or something. Anyways, too old to remember these things. But yeah, just a little tiny knight with like a little feather on his helmet and a little lance with a banner that hangs off of it, and the banner just says "trainee." A big flag.
I just turn into a really buff actual Shetland pony with armor, but the armor looks like like a restaurant uniform, and it's got a name tag that says Ed.
It's like pieces of flair pinned to
Yeah,
your armor.
exactly.
Okay. All right, the three of you in your doppelganger disguise creep up the spiral staircase, and you emerge from this little grate into the bathroom, and you have never seen it this clean. There are bidets installed. There's this sweet fragrance. Everything is gold and marble, and it's just the worst.
Ron's gonna.
I kind of get distracted drinking from the bidet. That's great, lad. It's a drinking fountain.
I think Ron goes over to like a wall of the bathroom and angrily rips down a "Live, Laugh, Love" sign, and puts it in a toilet.
Live, laugh, love, but in Elvish. You just look at it like, I know what that means.
All right, you guys are alone in the bathroom. You can hear the hustle and bustle coming from the kitchen. You see the shadows of some people moving by the doors here. You can kind of hear the shuffling as cooks and staff are busy. You're in the staff bathroom, so you can hear them just outside. You hear shouting, get more juice. We need more juice.
So, Anya, where do y'all keep the juice? Maybe we could pretend to be waiters and, just get close enough to knock his ass out. That's all we need.
Well, I mean, we probably have some, but I mean, where they come from, I don't know.
You gotta speak up, Anya. I can't hear you. Can't hear your amazing plan.
Well, I mean, we have a cellar that's got stuff in there. Juice might be in there. A secret compartment that only me or Mama or Papa or...
All right. I'm gonna find this cellar where this juice
So
is.
helpful.
And we're gonna, I don't know, poison it or something. We'll figure it out. We're monsters, right? And I'm gonna start sniffing the air, trying to find where the quickest path to the apple juice, the mead cellar is.
Okay, go ahead and make a smelling test.
Ready? 6 + 1 is 7. Phew, close.
Mixed success. Okay. You start leading them down a path, and it turns left, and then it turns right, and then turns right again, and then it turns left, and you're just following this maze with your nose until you finally make it to a door labeled cellar. All the juice smells coming from it, but you can see people are moving in and out. There's doppelgangers that are cleaning. They have bleach and multi-surface cleaner and towels, and they're wiping everything down. Others are mopping, sweeping, and there's soldiers in armor and robes and carrying crosses, and they're whipping these doppelgangers. Move faster, more juice! And other doppelgangers are moving into the cellar and coming out with big barrels of juice and bringing it further into the establishment.
Awful.
I just barge through the door and gallop in there, a slightly bigger pony. Yeah. And I just rush in and get into the middle of where everybody is, so everybody notices me, and I go, "Oh my God, you'll never believe it!" And then I just kick with my rear hooves that I don't usually have, and kick out like one barrel of juice and totally obliterate it. And then I just look around with my mouth open.
I think like as this happens, we see Ron's like turning to Anya. It's like, okay, so the plan this time, and then it's just crashing and explosions.
Angus's like warhorse saddle has a license plate that says Jenkins on it as he's just galloping towards this door.
There's people that are cleaning, and there's one that's an incredibly tall, bald
Yeah.
man with
I
a white
think-
sponge.
I think the name tag for Angus's uniform actually says Leroy on it as he goes
Yeah.
barging in. You knock the door down. You kick the juice. The soldiers pull up their spears, grab their shields, level them against you, and they start moving in, like surrounding you in front of this broken barrel seeping out of the cellar as the door kind of swings on its hinges. You're like half in the cellar, half out. They're all outside the cellar, closing in with you. Man, a monster! A monster! Oh, I just cleaned here, one of the doppelgangers says.
I'm not a monster. Can you see my name tag? That's Leroy.
Make a doppelganger roll. Oh my God.
Okay. That's is that 2? 2D?
Yeah, 2d6 plus 0.
Ooh. I got 11.
Hey.
And as he
Nice.
says this like little red aura that was just circling him on the cobblestone ground turns to blue, and all of the soldiers kind of put their spears up and their shields away. He's a friendly. He's a friendly. Sorry about that, Mr. Leroy. As you
Well,
were.
You know, I get excited anytime I'm near juice. I'm sorry too. No harm done.
Well, you see, we were the three of us were just sent to relieve your shift. The boss wants us trainees to get some experience, you know, ordering around these disgusting, filthy monsters down here. So you can go. That's fine. Just move along. We got this.
Yeah, there's nothing to see here.
Okay. Ron, you can make a social cues at a 0
Mhm.
roll.
All right. 9. Not quite a 10, but 9 is good.
Okay. All of the guards but one say, "All right, oh good, finally. What took you so long?" And all of the soldiers start leaving, and one of them just kind of sits on a crate, pulls out a scroll, and starts kind of thumbing through it. And oh, don't mind me. I'm just gonna take this time to myself and sit here and scroll.
I think there's this scene of like maybe Ron and Angus both just like kind of slowly turn their heads and look to Anya and then like look down to her fist.
You say something.
No.
No.
We're just doing human things. That's what we're doing. Just human things.
Just a right hook.
Go ahead and make a knockout.
Ow. Oh, ow.
Oh.
It's total of 12.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah.
the other owl for a minute.
It's one of those knockouts that's not like a big bang. It's just sudden and quick, and he's still. He's like in the middle of scrolling, and then he's drooling.
How do the doppelgangers react when this is happening?
They all transform into what the soldiers look like and start pretending to be stupid. Oh, you stupid monsters! I don't like you, and they start laughing at each other's impersonation.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Well, so you guys, you doppels got any of that bleach left? And he gets like this kind of scary, monstrous, murderous look in his eyes.
I can't stand the cleaning nature and smell of this stuff. And they hand you a big bucket of bleach, and they start throwing off their aprons and cleaning supplies. And quick, cover me in something filthy. And they start.
Wait! Not yet. We may need your help. So we heard the king of not the king, the magistrate. The magistrate was saying that they need a lot more juice. And so we got a lot of juice and we got a lot of bleach. We just need some people to serve it to him.
Puts his pants back on.
The doppelgangers kind of salute, and their faces are just completely blank, no expression. So you're not sure if they're happy about this or what their reaction could be. And then they start transforming into the soldiers. Oh, I'm a stupid soldier. I'll do whatever you tell me. And he,
Ah, humans. So what do y'all think above the table? Is this our plan? I kind of jumped in with both feet there. We're gonna poison all of them to death. That's what I want to do. But I want to,
Yes, and
okay.
I wonder if we might be able to sneak into the kitchen and I can give Nona and Papa a warning. So that way maybe they can kind of help here and
yeah.
we'll hear.
I like it.
Mhm.
Having multiple moving parts to our heist mass murderer.
one of the doppelgangers says, I'm a stupid human. I can get your mom and pop the message.
You can? Great. Do it, please.
Okay, so now we cut to the interior of the restaurant, and we can see the doppelgangers come in as other soldiers, and they march to the just in front of where the staff and all the cooking goes, where Anya's mom and pop are dressed in these like really nice clothes, and their vampire features have been kind of hidden with makeup and the sort of thing to look human as they're greeting all of the humans as they enter the establishment. A doppelganger soldier comes up. I'm a stupid human, and I have a secret message for you from your daughter. And whispers to them the secret message that you guys have relayed. There's, reactions, surprise, excitement as they relay the message back to the kitchen staff. You can see Anya's grandma and grandpa are toiling away, forced to make these venti boba sparkling water frappes with the juice, all these different ingredients. Did they say they want whipped cream or no whipped cream? No whipped cream. Oh,
I said I don't
this
know.
one, this one's with less sugar. Oh, I think they're Italian. And this one though with the less sugar. And this one though with the more sugar. And they, one of them is needlessly spinning a pizza dough. We'll be making a pizza too. These very fancy drinks with tons of accessories and toppings and a metal straw go out to the guests as they get the message from another doppelganger. I'm not really a stupid human. I'm a doppelganger, and I have to tell you, your granddaughter has cooked up a plan and put this bleach in the juice now. And they start pouring subtly with one little cup every few minutes some bleach into these venti boba sparkling frappes. Why don't you all make there's suddenly a hitch in the plan. Doppelgangers come running back to you guys as you're in the cellar. There's a problem. We're out of cups. We can't get more juice in. There's so many people. It's a buy one, get one day. And of course, management did not plan for this accordingly. We're running out of cups. And all eyes fall to you, Ron, as you kind of sit with your pouty rat cheeks.
See, so about how many would you say didn't get the bleach cups?
And she starts she takes a measuring tape to your cheeks. However much that can hold, we're gonna need that much more bleach. If only there was a way. yes, Mamma Mia. If only there was a way.
You know, as much as I hate it, if there are going to be survivors that don't die from the bleach, I think I know someone that might be able to, to handle it for us. Well, technically about 30 someones. You all haven't seen all the mods angry like I have, and let me tell you, you'd probably want to drink the bleach if you saw that. So maybe one of these doppels can go, beg my wife for help.
The doppel agrees. I'm a stupid human. I'll do what you say.
You probably don't want to be a human when you're down there. Just just be sure to change back.
And just when he opens the double doors for the kitchen, you hear a familiar voice. Oh, I don't see why we got invited here tonight. This is not our thing. And you can see these guards are marching in, and they're pushing and prodding at Maud and your 29 children to have a seat in the corner. And then you see a waiter, and we've been tracking the bleach in the juice. They start passing these out to everyone sitting at Maud's table and everyone sitting at the center table where Captain Death is standing in his black armor. The Holy Crusader is standing there. A man covered in tattoos and black robes and an elf in fancy shining armor all sit with their glasses in front of them. What would you like to do as these cups start getting nearer to patrons' mouths?
I'll run out there. What? You can't drink yet. It's it's a human custom to give a little speech before you drink.
I think
Oh, you hear from other guards, I'm a stupid human and I agree with that. I'm also stupid and I
And there's one thing that even, it makes me sick, to be honest. Even to even be in the same room as these disgusting freaks. He kind of gestures over his shoulder towards all the mods.
Mod gets a little reaction. Disgusting.
Just shut your pie hole, woman.
Oh.
a glass falls. All the children go quiet. Looking up.
There's no reason we should be sharing our hard-fought human-won apple mead with these abominations in the eyes of all gods.
Abominations! And the table slams as Mod slams her tentacles onto it and starts marching towards you.
floating, I guess.
Yeah, floating. She's marching on eye stalks.
Floating very angrily.
Floating, stomping.
So, why don't we take those drinks away from all those little brats over there, all 29 of them. Give them to some of these hardworking humans here, all these stupid humans. And then let's all have a drink. And then I'm going to kill this old bag. What do you say?
Old bag? And she drops her old bag that she had slung on her. Her eyes kind of furious.
All right, so bottoms up. All the humans now. Let's go.
All of the doppelgangers grab glasses. They start drinking. And Captain Death and the Crusader and the Warlock and the Elf all pick up their goblets, and everyone takes a big swig of their juice, kind of pretending to like it. Is this grapefruit flavor? As the bleach kind of leaves a distinctive flavor in their mouths. And Maud and her children, she's like just an eye of the storm. She's just one angry eyeball, and all of her kids are doing circles around her. Oh, Mom, I never seen you this bad. Oh my God, she's really angry. And I saw this once when you wouldn't believe. And
Die, mister.
Maud grabs a goblet, and she says, no one, especially not you, is going to take this away from me. And she starts to take a big swig of it. And does anyone have a reaction?
Oh,
I
okay.
think Ron just kind of suddenly feels at peace for a moment. And then he remembers, oh shit, she's just gonna respawn, isn't she?
I scream out like in slow motion. Get on my back. And I start to gallop towards her in slow motion.
Towards her?
Yeah, to stop her.
Okay.
But I yelled at Ron to get on my back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. I'll try to do it. I'll hop up there like the little knight I am.
Yeah, time slows down as the little knight gets on the war horse, and you start charging towards her, and she's kind of in slow-mo, tilting the goblet.
I do like a bucking
And-
bronco thing and knock him off my back towards her.
Yeah. So now he's flying through the air, about to intercept, and she's slow-mo about to drink when I mean knockout is a +2. Or you could reveal your identity.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It looks like all the humans have already consumed their poison. I think Ron changes back into Ron, into good old stepdad. Where at Ron? Like, sweetie, you don't want to drink that. It's got poison in it. We just killed all these dumb humans.
And some doppelgangers.
They're
I'm a
gonna-
dumb human.
They're gonna respawn. It's okay. You know how it works. They're fine. They're gonna be fine. I don't know who gets the XP for it. Maybe me. I don't know.
You said all those things?
I was just pretending. I have to, I had to put on a good show. I didn't mean it. I would never
Old
say those things.
bag?
I just, it's the first thing that came to mind. I don't know why those two words specifically popped in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who would say something like that about you? That's preposterous.
And what is with this getup? You're a little white knight now.
Trying something new, I guess. You have to look like a stupid human if you want to mass murder stupid humans, right?
And her tentacles, like eye stalks, like start playing with your cheek, and she's like,
No.
"I love it. You are so strong, Ron. I've never seen this side of you."
I leveled up tonight, dear. That's all I can say.
Maybe we should go for 30.
I'm ready to unlock a new achievement. And the Captain Death, the Crusader, the Warlock, and the Elf all look to each other, fall heads flat, start coughing. Other human patrons and doppelgangers coughing, vomiting. The place starts getting messier and messier. Rats and insects. The trash starts overfilling for no reason. Maggots come in, and the three old witches come in. Cats yelling and screaming. They raid the place and turn to the three of you. Yes, good job. You've freed imposters from these terrible adventurers, and you did it with poison. You've made us very proud, the three of you. From now on, you will be the mini boss for Imposter's Dungeon. I
Really,
think the
Auntie
three of you
Dorothy?
have. Yes, that works well because Betty's retiring, and the cats are getting tired of it. So, do what thou wilt. Good work here.
Oh, that's pretty great. I guess we need to figure out what kind of devious traps we want to build, right? So get ready
Yeah.
for the next adventures.
Oh
Yeah.
no, all of that's outsourced. It's mostly a front. You'll be, smiling for photos, and you
Does
can
that
come
mean
up
I
with the
get to
name
join
of your
your book club?
achievement. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you're saying. You're so shy and small. And so yes, you'll have a great time. And just a reminder, a little subclause, technically the cats are in charge. All right, good day, good day, good day. And all the cats start knocking things over and acting like crazy cats.
Being cats.
And we cue the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, credits rolling, everything.
Freeze frame ending.
Yeah, a montage freeze frame ending. What would you guys like your little after credits snippets or vignettes to be? How do we end this little epilogue of sorts?
I jump into like an open barrel of apple juice and then do like, you know, when dolphins go up on their tail and just sort of hover above the water. I do that. And then freeze frame.
There's a small scene of a respawn point, and doppelgangers are just coming out of it. Stupid humans. What about for Sonya? Any or Anya? Any?
She'll look over and see like her grandparents like arguing in the kitchen of now they're trying to make a grapefruit flavored drink.
One of them
And then
takes
she looks just, oh.
One of them takes a bite into it. Pure evil.
And she just shakes her head. Oh, Nona.
All right, and then we see the cats, and they are sneaking into the crystal caves and rampaging around the place. And then we cut to Ron.
I think we see Ron as like out at the outskirts, you know, doing his scout job, and now he has a name tag that says like Mini Boss Chief Scout, except Ron on it. And he's like sitting on a log, and he's sitting next to his new best friend, who's a giant were ape, who's also a scout now.
Sure, yeah.
And they're both like opening their lunch pails, and the were ape has like tons of bananas, obviously. And you know, Ron just pulls out this paper, and there's like at least 75 little tiny beholders drawn on this family photo. And he just looks at it and he smiles.
Oh, well done, everyone. How cozy.
Very cozy.
What a cozy sitcom ending.
I guess murder is cozy if you're a monster.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into
but it's
horror,
only
yeah.
the humans.
Yeah. They kind of changed from adventurers to all humans, which I sort of liked. I like that.
Yeah.
And nobody questioned it.
No.
Right.
I mean, they're all just pink skins. We can't tell the difference, right?
And we cut to the Captain Death. He takes off his Black Knight helmet, and it's I don't know any of these actors' names. It's Ross from Friends, and he looks over to the priest, and he takes off his robed helmet, and it's Chandler, and the elf looks, and her face is very much like Phoebe, and she turns to the warlock and all of his tattoos, and it's the actor who plays Newman from Seinfeld, and he has an evil grin, and he says, "I have," and he says, "I have one more life," and hit start game.
Oh no!
And, yeah.
Nice. Filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Wow. Considering the setup, that went out way better than I thought it would. Cozy sitcom fantasy dungeon. Thanks to Sam for those clutch sound effects there.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
very
absolutely.
welcome.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and watching, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully, we'll give you a bit more of a heads up on our next video. This one was pretty impromptu.
Cool.
All right.
Have a
Good
good
night,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Zach. Thank you, Sam.
Bye.